Hello, and welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with our weekly romance reading for August 14th. Although this is a timeless reading, so whenever it shows up for you is when you're meant to hear it. This is a general reading, so as always, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. As I was doing the intro, there was like a really loud plane flying by. I thought that was interesting. I feel like there might be like a movement energy for you guys, maybe visiting a loved one or some travel coming up. That's really fun. All right. God, what do my viewers need to know about their romance journey this week, please? What do my viewers need to know about their romance journey this week? Chatty, chatty. All right. We have the Temperance card starting us off. I love that. So the Temperance card is this really angelic energy. You can kind of see like the outlines of the wings and the halo over his head. And he's always balancing energy. So a balance here between like a light and a dark. I'm feeling like a shadow work energy from this too, and you being really protected, like divinely protected by guides, spirits, angels, whatever resonates for you. But kind of being able to bring the light into the darkness and some of the darkness into the light, and kind of melting those two energies together. That feels really special. In terms of how that relates to your romance journey, for me at least, with the way that it resonates for me is that I do my inner work so that I can kind of clear the places where I'm out of alignment with love from my consciousness. And then when that happens, I have more room for peace and love to flow into my experience. So it means manifesting relationships that are full of a lot more love and a lot more peace. So I feel like that might resonate for you too if you're in this collective here, just kind of doing some inner work. You might call it shadow work, bringing that light to the darkness and kind of melding them together, healing those places within you so that you have more room for manifesting like things that are really peaceful and joyful. It's beautiful energy. In the next row, we have the Page of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Wow, that's really sweet. I feel like that completely backs up what I just said about the Temperance card and doing your inner work. I feel like I'm drawn to a couple things here. One is like these lines kind of radiating out from his chest, his heart chakra area. So just really going into your emotions, like for the spiritual work that I do, that's really where the healing comes from, is feeling love for yourself within your heart chakra and all those places inside where you're out of alignment with love. So I'm kind of drawn to that, and I'm drawn to like this whimsical look on his face as he's looking at his like disembodied legs dangling from the sky. It's like a really whimsical card. It's like this pig flying over here and this little like they're making like that little heart symbol down here over the ocean. I just feel like this really whimsical energy. So I'm wondering if there might be a sense here of like, it almost feels like everything's a little weird and topsy-turvy, and you're kind of just going with it with like a really free attitude. Because it's a page, it's like the child of the court cards, right? So like that childlike innocence or openness of like, this is really weird. I have no idea what's going on, but okay, I'm here for it, you know, and just sort of like hanging with the universe and going with the flow. That energy feels really cool. It almost feels like Alice in Wonderland-ish. I don't know if that will resonate for anyone. Yeah, that's a cool energy. It's like a little bit distracting just because it's so whimsical and weird. It's almost like, I don't know if this will resonate, but it's almost like with healing, the healing that you're doing indicated in the Temperance card, it's almost like a veil is being lifted and your sense of reality is like become topsy-turvy, or the illusion of like what you thought was real is being lifted and you're kind of like seeing behind the veil. I just saw the image from what's that movie? The Wizard of Oz, when she looks behind the curtain and sees the wizard, right? Except in that movie it was disappointing. I'm not feeling like this is a disappointing energy. I'm feeling like it's a magical energy. It's like having a veil lifted or looking behind a curtain, and the whole world is bigger and weirder and wilder and like more amazing and more mind-blowing than you ever thought was possible. It's a really cool energy. I love this. I feel like the universe is saying, keep going, keep healing. This is fun. So the Ten of Pentacles is kind of like the opposite in a sense, where it's like a really earthly manifestation. I'm almost feeling this pentacle here with this design as like a portal. And I'm feeling you going through this sort of like veil lifted Alice in Wonderland energy, but then coming through this portal energetically, like towards me, towards the camera, into here, into this place where you're manifesting all of your dreams come true here on this earth. So the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, depending on what your values are in the world, it's kind of the ideal as, you know, some people conceive it, right? Where it's two people, they're a joyful couple, they're here playing among the pentacles with their children, they've got the golden retriever, right? There's no white picket fence in the background, but that's basically what this is. Just having the joy in the family, the prosperity, the stability. And this is what you've manifested. This is like the culmination of your hard work, is like the dreams come true, the wishes come true on the earthly plane. So it feels very much to me like you're doing this healing, this veil is parting, your whole vision of how the world is topsy-turvy, just like Alice in Wonderland. And then you kind of come back out through this portal, like really powerful, having this new understanding and awareness, right? I'm resonating with like the Hangman card that we've gotten a few times in past readings, where it's that same energy of getting tipped over, right? And having like epiphanies and breakthroughs and a whole new perspective. And that giving you, basically getting you in touch with like your divine magical self, so that you are manifesting this on the earth. You're manifesting your heaven on earth, basically. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It feels really stable and like centering to me with these two water cards, and then just the stability. I keep coming back to that word. It feels very stable. And I'm drawn to this yellow color too. In the traditional tarot, this yellow color is always very joyful. So just having that joyful yellow color there, and then the water around it is really beautiful. And earth and water is like a pretty easy pairing. They're pretty compatible. This last card in the row is the Queen of Cups. I just adore her. We've talked about her before. So she's so surrendered. She's here in touch with her emotions. She's above the water, in touch with her spirit. Just really kind of lifting herself up and surrendering to the universe, to the divine. It's gorgeous. The circle behind her is reminding me of this portal that I saw too. So I just feel like this is the energy that you're going to be in, this really surrendered, beautiful energy. She's very intuitive. She's very nurturing. She's very caring. Water's like a receptive sign. She's a divine feminine, if that energy resonates for you. She's like really motherly, really caring. It's just beautiful. There's so much love and so much sweetness in the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups here. I love that. I feel like this is going to be one of those readings where I just want to sit with the energy. It's like so beautiful. It feels very nice. I'm feeling it in my heart. I'm also feeling it in my solar plexus, which is interesting because that's that yellow color is associated with your solar plexus chakra. Like I have my hand like on my upper abdomen area, just kind of feeling that energy in my solar plexus is very powerful. Love that. All right, and on the bottom row we have, I'm going to leave this reversed, that resonates, the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, whenever I get swords lately, I really just feel this energy of clarity. I feel like that's what the swords are resonating with. There's something about the vibe of the energy right now that is about getting clear. But I love that she's like contemplating. She's kind of just peacefully looking off into the distance. So I kind of feel like this is like a mindful energy, or maybe she's looking towards the future of incoming things. She could be looking within too, like a kind of a meditative energy. I'm actually really drawn to this flag. I think it's probably an alchemy symbol. I'll try and see if I can focus on it. Do you see that little triangle with the line through it? So I'm not sure what the line signifies, but the triangle is making me think of delta. I remember when we were in high school and we would take notes in science class, they told us to abbreviate the word change. And instead of writing out change, we would write the triangle delta. I feel like she's letting change in. She's like looking off into the distance towards change. The Five of Swords, we talk about this a lot. This guy's so miserable, right? He's so miserable and he's got this crow cawing in his ear and he looks like he's got a headache and he's just fed up with life. I feel like all that I'm drawn to is this joyful person in the background. So like the Five of Swords can be a card of betrayal. It's like one of the traditional meanings. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to mess with the focus here. One of the traditional meanings is betrayal. So like someone thinking that they won or that they got the better of someone, but really it's such a bad vibe. It's like bad karma that they ended up betraying themselves, even though on the surface they kind of like quote won, right? But whoever this really joyful dude is in the background, he like couldn't even care less. And I'm like, the way that this light is going, this person is like ascending into the light, and this dude's over here stuck with a headache and a crow cawing in his ear, right? So I'm very much feeling this energy reversed, because I think if there's any part of you that's holding on to this, which for me is representing self-betrayal, it's like a place where you're giving yourself a headache. So like it could be something that you're overly worrying about, or maybe being overly harsh against yourself about. But I feel like you're allowing this change to come in and getting clarity on that. Which is basically turning you from this guy to this guy who's like on the mountain peak and just surrendering to like ascending up into this light, right? It's beautiful. It's actually reminding me of the Queen of Cups too. It kind of just that like surrendered vibe with their hands up like that. It's beautiful. So in terms of what this has to do with a romantic connection, at this point, it's you doing your inner work. I'm really not feeling a romance vibe from any of this other than the Ten of Pentacles. I love that it's in the middle here. This is the energy of this reading right now is like, all of these cards are kind of, I don't know the right word to say, like shielding or surrounding, I guess, the Ten of Pentacles, right? They're all, the energy is like kind of swirling around the Ten of Pentacles. And it's going like under my table and coming up through that pentacle, like into my face, like it's a portal. It's so cool. I feel like this is probably related to some work that you guys did during the Lionsgate portal. Because I'm getting such a strong portal feeling. It's really neat. Yeah. I feel like the focus of your romantic situation right now is you doing the inner work so that you can have these breakthroughs. These are the things that you're healing. And as you're healing them, that's how you're letting in the good things. So I feel like this is actually more what you're going through. I'm wondering if, the advice side will be, what cards do I want to use? Yeah. No, I'm going to use the witches. Okay, we're going to use the witches on the other side. So I used to say this. I don't think I've said this as much. When I read, I tend to see this left side as like the problem or the situation. So I always ask God, like, what do my viewers need to know about their situation right now, right? And then this side I tend to see as like the advice or the solution. So this is more the active side of like the advice that the universe is giving you and things that it's suggesting that you do. So what advice do you have for my viewers about their romance journey this week? This is beautiful, you guys. It's really beautiful. The universe is in the process of helping you bring in like literally your heaven on earth. Like I feel like the smartest thing that you could do if you're in this collective, and as always, if it resonates, so please use your free will, right? The smartest thing you can do is just surrender to like letting the universe help you heal. I'm getting information right now, like it may be the case that you have seen like a certain therapist popping up on like your Facebook feed, or maybe you have like someone that you follow on Instagram that all of a sudden is talking about like narcissism, right? Or maybe you keep driving by like a certain place and there's like a Reiki shop there or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like if there's a healing modality that is sticking out to you or like randomly kind of coming up right now, if you're in this collective, and again, if this resonates, it may be that the universe is trying to help you heal through some of this energy by way of that modality. It feels like the universe wants you to pay attention. I don't think any of those cards just shuffled. The universe wants you to pay attention because it's like kind of poking at you and saying, hey, I've got some good healing for you over here. All right. What advice do you have for my viewers about their romance journey? We got a bunch of flippers in here. Take them. Okay. Oh, gosh, we got a lot. Okay. Oh, that's funny. I was just talking about this card. We have the Hermit, the Three of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. I had just... I've been noticing the last few days that the Hermit star is actually the same shape as a necklace that I wear. I've been like really drawn to this card lately. I just see him as illumination. It's like a similar feeling as what I was getting to the Queen of Swords. So these cards are connected for me. That sort of searching feeling and peaceful feeling, and like looking within or looking off into the distance, kind of contemplating. It's neat. It's a feeling of like looking off into the distance and also looking really, really, really deep within at the same time. And just this illumination. I always read the star in his lantern as the star from the star card, which is basically, for me, it's like you're doing your inner work so that your wishes can come true. The Three of Swords is heartache, heartbreak, betrayal. It could be divorce, a relationship ending. I'm feeling the vibe from this card that this is something that has happened some time ago that is currently interfering with your vibration in terms of attracting like your highest level partner. So I've explained that for me, my highest level partner is my twin flame. For you, it could be a soulmate. Just whatever whatever word you use to conceptualize like your highest level partner in this lifetime, right? So in combination with the Hermit, this feels like going within to any places where you maybe are feeling some heartbreak. And again, I'm getting this vibe that it was like a while ago. So it's not like a current heartbreak in your current relationship, although it could be for some of you. Just that the energy that I'm feeling is like it's an older relationship where maybe you felt betrayed or someone broke up with you. It hurt your feelings. You felt really unappreciated. You felt unwanted, abandoned, rejected. Like all those kind of big adjectives are how this card is resonating for me. So really going within to those spaces and healing them with love. Just being present with yourself, acknowledging those feelings, recognizing them, and loving yourself there. And I feel like the Knight of Pentacles, he feels like the dawn of a new day. I love that there's a stag here. Let's see if I can focus on him. Oh, it's going to do it for me. Yay. There's a stag in the background. I'm feeling like the sunrise energy for him, which for me always means like a fresh new start. The Knight of Pentacles is notoriously slow. He takes his sweet time to get there. He's like very cautious to the point of sometimes being overly cautious. So this is resonating a couple ways for me. One is that he is facing in this direction. So his horse is kind of like moving away from this Three of Swords energy. The sky lighting up is like this illumination, right? So kind of illuminating those places within you that are hurt is really feeling like this Temperance card, where the dark side, the moon here, is this Three of Swords, the places where you're sad, right? The places where you're hurt. And the sun side here, the light side, is this Knight of Pentacles, is that illumination, that like sunrise, sunlight energy. I'm feeling an energy here as well of him almost being like skittish. So I'm feeling like, you know, if you ever rode horses, so when I was a kid, I used to ride, and his horse has its ears kind of back, which can sometimes mean they just kind of perk them back because they're listening to you, but they almost look like they're laying down a little bit, which can mean that the horse is feeling like a little nervous, or skittish. And that's the energy that I'm getting here. So it could be that this heartache is making you feel kind of skittish in your current relationship, and you're just scared of getting hurt again. But that fear is kind of holding you back. You can't move forward because you're so scared of getting hurt that maybe are like protecting yourself or putting up walls. Like I'm even drawn to how much armor he has on, right? Like he's very armored up, and that's kind of you. You're like, I'm coming, I'm ready for this relationship, but I'm coming like 2 miles per hour, covered in armor with this pentacle shielding my heart, and my horse is terrified. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting. So I'm sorry to laugh. Like it's kind of funny. I feel like we've all been there, right? We've all been there. We've all been hurt. But this energy is not serving you. This energy of being so afraid that you kind of like can't even open your heart. But this will help. If you're bringing that lightness into the places where you were hurt and really loving yourself there, that will help kind of melt away the armor. Oh, that's really sweet. Aw, okay, I love it. I'm just peeking. We'll talk about them. So next is the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This is awesome. The Eight of Wands is one of my favorite cards because it's so fun. And actually, I had mentioned that airplane that was going by at the beginning of the reading. This card, one of its meanings is travel. So it can be like a visitor incoming or you traveling somewhere. So it could be that there's travel coming up. If your romantic partner lives in a different area, you guys could be traveling to see each other. Or this could be that you just decide to take yourself somewhere as like a special treat for yourself. And maybe you meet somebody while you're traveling. It's also a card of communication. I'm feeling the converging energy of this. So if you're in this collective and if this resonates, it's like kind of things coming together that feels really nice. It also feels like movement. So it's a stark contrast from the Knight of Pentacles card. So I feel like as you start bringing love and awareness to these places where you've been hurt, you're really going to start feeling that movement and like the openness of that energy kind of healing and dissolving within you. It's going to feel really nice. Like look at the sky in this card. It's just this big blue open sky and this big beautiful open earth. It feels really open and free. And the Queen of Wands. So the message that I'm getting from her is passion. She is the fire sign queen. I love the blossoms here. On all these cards in this deck is so cool. The blossoms are just speaking to me of like that kind of fresh new morning energy that I was getting from the Knight of Pentacles, but I'm definitely feeling her as like incoming fire and passion. So that could be kind of like reigniting romantic passion, even just within you. It could be passion for like a hobby that you have. It could be, you know, physical passion in your relationship. So take it how it resonates. It feels like kind of finding yourself, like coming home to yourself on a new level. And it feels really nice. It feels really nice. This is cool energy, you guys. So I think the Queen of Wands is also really optimistic. And she can sometimes have difficulty when let me think of how to say this. The Queen of Wands likes to look put together, and she likes to look like the person who has it all. And it could be that you are somewhere resisting kind of going into the Three of Swords, because it can be pretty messy. Like, this is a card that's going to have you on your floor crying with like boogers dripping down your face and tears all over your face. And like, you're going to have a pile of tissues next to you, and you're like, you know, doing big belly sobs like on the floor, right? Like, the Queen of Wands is not into that energy. So if you're feeling any resistance around that, kind of feels like that skittishness. You might even just call in some support from the universe and ask for help. You could say something like, universe, I choose for you to help me release resistance here and feel all of my feelings, and help me to heal them. And I feel like that would help you a lot. Yeah. So, I mean, like, just close your door, right? And make it a personal thing. You don't have to break down at work or in the middle of the street or something. But when it's behind closed doors and it's just between you and the universe, like, it's okay to let it get kind of messy and kind of ugly. And you don't have to worry about trying to look good for anybody. It's okay to just be really real with yourself there. And then the last row is the Sun and the High Priest. It's absolutely beautiful. I keep feeling this energy of like the sun coming in, right? So I love that. I feel like it's showing that when you are doing this work, you're kind of letting this brightness, I was going to say conquer, but that's not the right word. You're letting the brightness sort of gently overtake the darkness, right? Because you're bringing that love into the places where you've been hurt. It's like really a beautiful, powerful energy. The High Priest, I always think this is an interesting card because in the traditional tarot, he was like a priest of the mysteries. And then he became the Hierophant, which is the Pope. But I don't think that he really is supposed to, you know, represent the Pope, which is like a specific religion, right? He's just a really wise spiritual being who talks about like traditions, your values, your commitments. Where are you committing? I'm feeling the energy from him. Even I love the keys. I always am drawn to the keys on this card. I feel like that's just a magical energy. Like your healing and your commitment to yourself is the key, basically. Your commitment to letting the sun in. So the sun for me is representing innocence. Even the energy of the horse is opposite the Knight of Pentacles. So while this horse has its ears back and he has this skittish energy, do you see how forward moving and like present this horse is? He's looking right at us. He's got his ears perked forward. He's got like his head held in a really confident way. So he looks like a horse who's going to come over and like let you nuzzle his neck, right? And the little boy is just like innocently leading him. He doesn't even have a bridle on or anything. It's really sweet. I don't know that I have anything else to say about that. I feel like the High Priest could be, if this resonates for anyone, could be talking to you too about getting clear on your values. It's like asking yourself a very simple question. What do you value? Like, do you value holding on to this sadness? Do you value the Queen of Wands here and like putting on a good face even though your heart is broken on the inside? Or do you value really going within there and bringing the light and the joy and the freedom and the openness to yourself? It seems like one of those questions that the answer is pretty obvious because the benefits to loving yourself in those hurt places are so huge. The benefits are you coming through this portal and making all of your dreams come true and like manifesting your heaven on earth. So that's really beautiful. I brought a couple cards. I feel like these ones. Yeah, I don't know that any of that was particularly romantic, except the Queen of Wands. I'm definitely getting that passion energy from her. Yeah, But it's just, I feel like it's just about how important it is for you to be doing your inner work right now so that you can see those benefits in your romantic relationship. It's really cool. I am using the Love Oracle, and it's the heart-shaped cards, and they don't want to come out of the box. There we go. Got them. All right. What do you want to say to my viewers, God? What message do you have for my viewers? We got, okay, I cannot show you the picture on that one. It says sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. That's really sweet. I feel like that's a twin flame message. The belief is that twin flames are one soul at the core. Even though you're two separate individuals, you're connected at the core on a soul level. That's really beautiful. The other one I wanted to do was the Spirit Animal Oracle. Yeah, I do feel like that's definitely an energy here for someone that I was reading the Queen of Wands that way. It could be someone stepping into that level of their relationship or their union. Maybe exploring that with your partner for the first time. Or maybe even exploring it with your partner in a different way. On a different level. All right, God, what messages do you have for my viewers? What message do you have for my viewers for their romance journey this week? We got Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between, and Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. That's really sweet. Okay, I feel like this Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between, is totally this Page of Cups card. It's like the upside down world. I don't know if you guys watch Stranger Things. I mean, the upside down in there is like kind of creepy. This doesn't feel creepy like that, but it's something similar where it's like you're almost in this halfway in this world and halfway in like this really like unusual spiritual world. You're kind of like in between worlds while you're doing this work for a little bit is what it feels like. Embrace the in-between, like just go with it. And the number here is 26. It's pretty cool. And then 41, Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. Yeah, I mean, that's like the energy that I was trying to describe over here, I think, is that it's kind of surrounded by like this love and healing, this 10 of Pentacle cards. It feels like you kind of in a bubble. So Spirit cannot work on you or in your life without you asking for it, right? Like we have to ask them for help. They don't just typically like interfere, you know, unless there's some sort of divine reason to do so, right? So it feels like just being reminded that love is all around you and you can ask for that help. And there's so much love and support here for you. I think the universe gets great joy out of us healing and kind of increasing the vibration of love within the universe. So that feels really sweet. I'm also drawn to the crown. So the Queen of Cups has this little like watery crown over her head, and then the Nightingale has like this sweet little crown on its head. It's really beautiful. Yeah, that feels super complete to me. This is a wonderful energy. I'm feeling called to say, if you're kind of in this like in between realms type energy, make sure that you know that you can always ground yourself. And because of the watery energy that's here, I'm almost wondering if grounding yourself with water will resonate. So like he's at the ocean, maybe she's at the ocean or like in a lake or something. You can even take a bath or even take like a shower with intention to just sort of ground and cleanse yourself in the water. If that resonates for you as a practice, it feels like these cards are kind of speaking to that. That's all that I have today for our reading, guys. This is really beautiful. I feel like this is almost like a setup reading. And then at some point in the next week or two, we're probably going to have one that's way more focused on romance, because you're kind of managing and taking care of this energy first before you can move on to like the next stage of your journey. So if you feel called, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, as all of those things help me as I'm growing my channel. Yeah, I'm always curious to hear how this resonates for you, so please share if you feel called to, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye.